Says I'm alive. Some days I don't know. So, Las Vegas, we're thinking about you guys. So, back to another beer night here. Hold on. Let me get that. Hey guys, I actually did not plan on coming online tonight, but and I'm going to wait here for a few people to come on. So, you probably see the title, which is not positive, and and I actually had a pretty positive day. So, great news from a friend that was really uplifting, which helped out with a lot because actually right now, what is today? I don't know. What day is it, right? Man, we're so confused with all the stuff. I should be getting my daughter from the airport right now, but thanks to the travel bans and the lockdowns and all that, so and she's also not feeling that good, so I understand that. Anyway, so I'm sleepless in Nashville, formerly sleepless in Seattle, but now I'm sleepless in Nashville. Um, Yeah, so my title kind of says it all. So if you do not want to be involved in a difficult topic, don't watch this video. So um, don't have anybody on yet. Maybe I came on too late. So I'll still just keep waiting until somebody chat. Oh, dang, hey, guys, type in the chat. Sweet. Just like that. It went from 0 to 8. I got 8 people watching. Thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you can. And this is going to be a total chat. Like if you guys want to throw out questions, because I have a very small topic that's a downer. So got something to run by you guys. So I got basically 2 topics to talk about here. One is the restaurants. Yeah, let's do it. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, people. And we have manufacturing. Okay. So what if this go around, thanks for the likes, is not in fall? Just the language that was being used and the terms by our president and other leaders talking about the trade war. And now even my own freaking governor and some other governors are saying the battlefronts are many. I literally have heard them say that. They're saying the battlefronts are many, talking about the thing I cannot even stand talking about, people. It is not about that. Maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. All I know is 8,000 to 9,000 people die surprisingly every day in America. Yeah, they may be sick in the hospital and stuff, but everybody's got hope and thinks they're gonna, come back or whatever. But a lot die from just shocking. Your body quits, man. A lot of heart attacks. They haven't solved that shit yet. So anyway, what's up? History is a lie. Nice title. Way to pull that one off. I love that title. Yeah, they sound like they're declaring war on the virus, right? They're like, I mean, they're even saying that war on the virus, right? But where I'm going with this is pretty heavy. So think about the restaurants, and I'm going to talk about the restaurants first, and I'm going to talk about meat products. And this is important, so I'm glad you guys are here. This is life-changing stuff for a long period of time. It's going to be coming forward. So, and then the other is manufacturing. So, okay, I don't even know where to start because I did not plan on coming on. We're at war with China. Yeah, this is not the CV war. Hey, what's up, Rally? Sorry about that. Yeah, I actually watched my feed. I have a pretty good. You know what I could do? Thanks for letting me know. You know what? Yeah, wait, where are you, Rally? I remember I used to chat with you a lot. Where are you? Are you in Colorado or where were you? Or Idaho? Our whole city, Valley of 300,000, is shut down. Hang on, Rally. I want to get to my main points here. So we got 10 people on board. So I go, Rally, I'm with you, man. I have good days and then I don't sleep at night. And then I can't believe how I look in the morning. I look like a freaking partied at the bar all night, maybe even got in a fight. Yet all I did is lay in my bed or I'm trying to do stuff outside. Yeah, you're Boise. That's what I thought, man. All right, Riley. Peace. Check in when you're in a good mood, because this is serious news we got here. So, um, and I'll get to your Aaron. Thank you so much, and I'll get to you and the Wolf. Thank you so much. Hey guys, here's what's going on. Walmart has been getting stuff in. I won't go into the detail with it, but I'll tell you what they ain't getting in. They ain't getting meat in. And so if meat is not coming into the system, restaurants cannot be open. We go to restaurants to eat meat. If we're going to be vegan or, whole food, like healthy stuff, we go to the grocery store, right? That you don't get that. So think about these two huge things. So here's what's going on. I came across, so this was an article. I don't want to cite the source because I don't want them to get mad at me. But this was a news, a paper, an actual paper with news in it. And it was citing, anyway, it was citing another source. So I don't want to get in trouble, but here's what it said. This is August of 2019, people. August of 2019. So try to turn your mind back from all this crazy shit that's going down and go back to August of 2019. This is a direct quote. I wrote it down. I don't want to have the newspaper in front of me. China's cabinet is discussing banning exports to the U.S. altogether. This has moved from a minor threat to a likely scenario. August of 2019. Since the U.S. blacklisted the Chinese telecom company Huawei. They make these incredible, I've seen them, I don't own one, phones, cameras, everything, just a very high-tech company that makes super quality products. And we accused them of spying on us with their equipment. And I mean, I cannot smile. I mean, come on, when you're a truther on YouTube, you know who's spying on you, your own freaking government. So 7 months ago, China was talking in their leaders, doesn't say of like reducing or adding tariffs, discussing banning exports to the U.S. altogether. Oh my God, we know why the freaking ships are not coming across. Now you want to know why we ain't going to have meat in the stores. The restaurants are not going to reopen. In the UK, freaking McDonald's. They're not talking about the real freaking news. Why do you think they're coming on? The president and the governors, freaking the ones that can talk smooth or talk whatever. You got the angry Kumo, you got the smooth this. Pence makes you feel calm. Trump's being fairly stable, kind of weird. You'd think he'd be a lot more irate and stuff. And then we got our governors, and I moved down here to Tennessee, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know a lot about Tennessee government or whatnot, but I have now seen the governor of Tennessee 3 times on TV, and that dude's a stud. He said, I don't know if it exists out there. I was at the freaking laundromat doing my laundry, and you know what he came on and said? And this was like 2 weeks ago. He said, we are Tennesseans. The reason we've been tightening our belt for the last 10 years is we knew something was coming. And he said that the federal government will not come to save us. We have been stockpiling money, and we have enough money, and we have the infrastructure to take care of ourselves. So anyway, kudos to Lee. I don't know his first name. Governor Lee here in Tennessee. This guy's the real deal, and he's trying to stand up, but it's a tough one. So a lot of people don't know. It was a big shocker. Like, these stories are big stories, and then they disappear. Hey, thanks so much, Mari. Thanks, Eleni. And thanks, Aaron. History's a lie. I'll get to you guys, I promise. Smithfield Foods, the largest beef producer with over 500 ranches in America, was purchased by China, WH Foods. You know where they're based out of? Shocking, Virginia. Huh. What do you think China's doing with all that beef? They're sending that shit back home. They own our beef farms here. There has not been beef in Walmart, I think, for almost At least 7 days, maybe 10. Guess what else? Guess what else happened in October, November of 2019? China signed a deal with the UK to buy a majority of the United Kingdom's beef. They control American beef. They control UK beef. Do you think there's some correlation there with McDonald's? McDonald's didn't just shut their dining rooms in the UK. They shut the restaurants. They're not getting beef. I won't go to that joke, although I love that joke from Wendy's. Where's the beef? All right, I had to do it. So this is a trade war, and it could be as serious as a real war. So we're talking China owns beef, and they got us. They got us by the frickin' balls. The meat's not coming. They stopped. I was in Maine, and I went on this tour. I went on this boat tour, and they showed this factory, and I'll never forget, but not a big deal. The guy doing the tour was this older guy. He's been doing it for like 20, 30 years. Great tour of the harbor and everything. And he shows the frozen fish plant on the water there in Maine. And I'm not going to remember the details because it didn't matter that much. But within the last year, China had purchased that frozen fish plant. And you know who they provide frozen fish to? He said 80% of their sales were McDonald's fish fillets. Ha! I mean, come on. China bought Smithfield Beef Company in America, and it bought the frozen fish factory in America that provides it to McDonald's. McDonald's can't sell a damn fish witch, and it can't sell a damn hamburger. China got you, son of a bitches. McDonald's, you didn't see that shit coming, did ya? Way to go, government. All right, I'll hop over. So I told you about the story from August that China was talking about banning exports to the U.S. altogether. We buy $50 billion worth of cheap shit from them every month. It's not coming in anymore. And I'll explain how you can tell that that's happening. So we got, let's go over here and we'll hit the comments a little bit. We've got, Aaron says, massive job losses in Australia, but government's making sure everyone will be cashed up in a matter of days. Yep, that's paying unemployed approximately $600 a week until the end of the year. Holy shit, have they said to the end of the year? That's amazing, Aaron. Yeah, so almost the same numbers as here. They're talking individuals like 1,500 to 2,000, families 2,000 to 3,000 a month. But they're talking here, they said, they just brought it up today, they said 4 months. And I'm like, what the hell? You guys are talking about this shit supposed to be done middle of April, just in time for Passover, just in time for Easter. Come on, you know. We got the Wolf saying Wisconsin's shut down. Love to know more about that. Mari T says we're shutting down tonight. I don't know where she's from. Wow, we got Illinois, South Australia. So what is it morning for you guys? Is it so here? Sorry, I'm not that good with it. Maybe it's tomorrow or today. So it's 11 p.m. Tuesday, March 24th. I believe it's actually it's like noon for you guys or something. He made plenty of fresh veggies and meat in the grocery store yesterday, but shortage on sugar, flour, pasta. So in Australia, we're getting word here from Aaron. Fresh veggies and meat. It appears that veggies are going to stick around. I'm noticing that there's a lot. The produce departments in the stores, I went to 3 of them today, and they all had a lot. Low on sugar, flour, pasta, canned vegetables, toilet paper, coffee. I buy a pound of coffee every 2 weeks. I don't go buy my stuff. I drink it at home. And I bought 5 pounds last week. I'm like, yeah, the $6 a pound coffee is not gonna be sticking around that long or not available. History of life. Find it strange how Trump can tell us within weeks. Yeah. Well, that's what I've been telling everybody, and they got the governors in on it too. Within weeks of the timeline of when it'll end. Yeah, they're sitting here. They've been pounding April 8th and 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And I finally looked on my calendar and I'm like, it's the day Christ was crucified. Brilliant. Wow, that's when the virus is going to magically go away, which I actually do think the virus is going to go away. And then we're going to have to deal with what's really going on in the economy here. So, but we got, what's up, Patrick Roberts, man, sweet, love to see you on here. Cool guy, Patrick Roberts on our new timeline. He's done some videos, great guy to talk with in chat. So, Wisconsin's governor's, whatchamacallit, where's the beef? Yeah, Steve, this is being a big, I mean, now that they've done this, me and I've got people in Seattle, New York, Boston, even and down in Miami and stuff. Like, there's nobody on the road. As soon as you get rid of that pre-programmed 7:30 to 9 a.m. Traffic jam that they create the time everybody goes to work, daycare, schools, you realize the population is a hoax. I was expecting jacked up prices in the supermarket, but cheaper than usual. A kilogram, which is 2.2 pounds of tomato. That's a good deal for $2. Our tomatoes here are about $2 a pound. Yeah, they are cutting the prices. Like Aaron's saying, the one thing I did notice, I was like, I got frozen because they had so many people aren't buying the fruit. I got these huge frozen fruit bags, and they were like marked down 50%. I was like, hey, it's frozen fruit, man. I can throw that stuff in the freezer as long. They're going to keep the electricity on. You know why? I think they're actually going to pump out free. You don't have to pay your utility bill in a lot of states now in America right now. And so I think they're actually, and a lot of people know I've driven across the country 3 times now in the past year. And you see a lot of ginormous solar plants that they don't even talk about, and wind turbines. I think America's actually running on basically free. Like, there's some in areas that don't even make sense. I drove through this area, I think it was northern Texas. There had to be tens of thousands of those 200-foot tall wind turbine, and then nobody lives in northern Texas up in the Panhandle. I'm like, they're sending this power everywhere. They ain't just sending this to Texas. This is going all over the whole country. So our whole country may actually be on free energy, which would explain why oil prices have just collapsed. And if you actually look at oil usage, they've been propping the price up. Oil usage has been dropping 15, 20% per year for years now. Yeah, great when history is a lie. Yeah, explains the push on meatless burgers. Yeah, the vegan programs, right? That the diets they're trying to get us to do. So, but here's the thought I have. Well, I'll tell you why. So I'll get this. Having a great day, right? I got a text today. So I have the medium plan. I just pay the medium monthly plan. I used to have a big family plan, 3-4 lines and all that stuff, $100, $150 or whatever. And out of the blue today, I got a text from my my carrier. So I'll just say it's Metro PCS, which is T-Mobile. Anyway, here's what it said. In response to the 19, we are upgrading your plan to the full unlimited high-speed internet. So from the medium speed limited, and then I get throttled. Now I'm at the highest speed, full unlimited, with Amazon Prime and Netflix. Oh man, thank you so much. And guess when it's till? May 19th. What the shit? So for 2 months, I'm going to get massive internet speed, and I can watch all the shows I want, buy all the shit I want. If that ain't a message, I don't know what is, people. So, so that's what I think. I think finding a ton more time at home. This is going to be the new reality. Our lives are going to be online, and so they actually had to up it. So, Mario, shutting down tonight. Tell me more. I wanted to meet Steve Lentz, so thanks for stopping in. Melanie Taylor, but yes, it's 2:42 in the 2:42 in the afternoon in Australia. Okay, sweet. On the same day, so you guys are like 9 hours behind us. So, hey, so just so you got your guys' stock market, well, it's 2:40. It's already. Hey, so man, so our government approved a blank check. This they're not also talking about, and I know that just sounds like the number gets so big it doesn't, but that's bigger than the entire world. So our government just opened a blank checking account. And on Monday, they bought corporate bonds to save the corporate bond market. So those all rallied by about 10%. Nobody knows how much they spent. It looks like about $200 billion. And then they came in today and bought stocks for about 200 billion, and they got the stock market to go up 10%. So we're over here in America. We are going to be printing trillions, baby. I saw some guy. He said the government does like to spend money on paper money, so it's all digital. They just add zeros. But he said, so if you have some paper money at home, he's like, all you got to do is right now you can. So a $1 bill, you can add 3 zeros to it. But here in a few months, they'll probably allow you, as long as it's a blue ink pen, and then you can put another 3 zeros. So the $1 bills will be 1,000 in a week or so, and then in a few months, the $1 bills will be 1,000,000. So instead, we don't want to go through that whole paper thing where you got to have the wheelbarrow like everybody else. They're just going to allow us to write the number on the piece of paper. So yeah, the wolf. This is getting scary. Sorry, you're in Wisconsin. Yeah, so the wolf brought up something really important here. 24-hour stores, everything. So I went to the T-Mobile store today, the bank, Harbor Freight the other day. Everybody's hours now, not everybody, but it's getting really close. It's 10 to 4. He says 10 to 5 there in Wisconsin. Yep, so they're cutting, and these stores are running on a single employee. So they're prepping us here that shit is not going to be open much. Here in Colombia, it's really good in terms of food supply. Hey, that's awesome to hear, Fabian. So that, you know what, I actually think because South America grows a lot. They grow a lot in South America. They have a lot of meat product, a lot of vegetables. So I bet actually South America is going to do well if they, don't get raped and pillaged of their stuff. If they actually get to keep it in the country and share it among each other, they're going to have good food stuff. Stock in the stores last week was wickedly empty, says Elena. We'll be heading again to see if they've stocked up. Yeah, I'm only going just because I'm checking status. So, all right. So I want to talk about the other thing. So we got a trade where you can be all upset that you're not getting your McDonald's hamburger or your fish fillet, and the restaurants aren't opening. They're not going to have meat. But here's where it gets really crazy. So when you buy a car, I mean, if you bought a car, if you bought anything mechanical in the last few years, they put the parts on there, how much is made in Canada, how much is made in America, how much is made in Mexico, how much is made, actually Japan still makes quite a bit of stuff for us, how much is made in China. There's always a China component on every car. And like I said, a few weeks ago, one of the eye-openers to me was, and I've driven around the construction sites here in Tennessee, and they have a lot of them. It was a booming construction business going on with apartments, commercial, and residential. These guys had broken down heavy equipment, and they couldn't get the parts to fix it. Well, I don't know how to put this together. I was talking to my brother, and he put the pieces together for me. I'm sitting here bitching all the car plants are closed, and now they're closing Boeing, and Scott's like, well, don't you think they get, oops, sorry, I didn't put your name. There's your names out there. It's my brother. They get parts from China. So if we go back to August of 2019, China is discussing banning all exports to the U.S. altogether. We're not getting parts. We're not going to be building shit for a long time. That's why they're literally shutting down Tesla and shutting down these factories, shutting down Haynes. It's not to make them mad. Yeah, Tesla. They literally said Tesla is being retrofitted to make breathing apparatuses, and that Haynes is. What was Haynes going to make? They're not even going to make something that goes along with what they do. Like, they can't even keep their freaking stories straight. So what's going on is these factories are closing down because parts break on stuff and they don't have replacement parts. And I mean, so we're not, you're only missing a few components, right? Some key calipers or some little relay switches or something on a car. You can't finish the car. You can't build it. It ain't safe. It's not going to run. China got us. Boom. Take that. We ain't shipping this little shit stuff to you. Hence, their factories aren't running. Hence, they don't have the pollution. Hence, their people aren't going to work. Maybe they don't even know it over there that they're in a trade war with us, right? They get told a virus and get told to go home. I mean, you're not going to work. You're not sitting here working on these little parts, and you're kicking millions out, and all of a sudden one day they come in, they're like, trade war, no more parts, screw America, everybody, F America, here's your shirt as you leave work today, put on your F America shirt. No, you tell them some other story, they go home, and and they're like, we ain't making parts anymore, but it's because America was a huge purchaser of that. So this is it. It's not coming back, people. They can sit here and talk about and I don't know how much Trump is in. I listen to him a lot, and I don't believe him. But I'll tell you, I think he is for the people, and he tries to sell it. And if you actually look at the stuff he's doing, if you were put in a position where you're screwed and the government runs you, he does make moves. The little moves you can make, the chess moves you can make to help your people, he does make those. So but in the overall scheme, because if he came out and said the truth and said what needed to be done, I mean, maybe we're in a physical war. Maybe it's no longer a trade war, right? So maybe he's trying to manage a trade war as best he can, get our factories up online. We're going to have to start manufacturing all the stuff back in America again. So, all right, going to hop over. So that's what I'm talking about. The war. The war is a trade war with China. That's why it's referred to as the nasty Chinese virus. Chinese viruses, they're not sending us the stuff they used to send us on a regular basis. So think about it, electronics. Everything has Chinese parts in it, man. They got us. They have us. Broccoli will be $18 soon. I don't know about that. I think people hardly ate broccoli before, so they go, screw it. You get broccoli over $2-3, even the broccoli lovers ain't gonna buy it. So yeah, I was thinking I need to watch the Contagion movie. A lot of people talk about Fabian, that there's a lot of stuff in that in regards to that just goes right along with this. So Mike Chev says meat is fake. Yeah, to some degree. Although I've had friends that have actually had their own live animals and they've taken them to a butcher. And I will admit that tastes way, way, way better if you get that. If you get fresh food. The murderous death blades of wind power. I don't know. I know they show that, but I mean, if you put them places where they don't kill things, I don't know. Dang, a lot of quotes. Shoot, sorry guys. Yeah, I was kind of going on my own rant. So Patrick says, Nestor free energy says King executive. I think the reason everything's getting cheaper is because they want everyone to buy everything. Yeah, I actually agree with you, Patrick. Right. So if you know that supplies go away and you're actually trying to help your people, this goes back to helping your people again. You don't jack the price now and have them not buy it. I think they actually are helping the poor. I'm with you. They're lowering the price, and it's up to people to decide how much they're going to stockpile. And I think we're always going to have some access to food, but watch, it's going to be what we produce here, right? Like, so we do grow wheat, so we'll have bread. You're screwed if you got that whatever thing, you're gluten intolerant or whatever. And you're going to be eating a lot of bread and a lot of cheese. We have dairy cows and peanut butter. If you lived through the 70s at all and were poor, the government used to give that stuff out. They'll probably do it again. So much for being pushed across the board of YouTube. Fear being, yeah, if you don't believe their virus narrative exactly in 5G bullshit, yeah, the virus, yeah, there's just so much fear. It's just sickening. Yeah, right there. Patrick says they came and hooked up my neighbor for free with the internet, even though she didn't order it. Hey, you're gonna be home for a while, so we're hooking up your internet. Yeah, I mean, I freaking I only do my own thing, so I don't know. Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you giving me the shout out. Poor people, I don't know if they'll be better off financially, but Aaron, I think that I've been poor before, and I do have friends that are poor, and they're like recession. What recession? They're like, it's always the same, man. Every week I'm trying to get my hands on enough money to pay bills, right? So Steve Wynn says meet up 17% today. Yeah, they closed Las Vegas. That's why I'm wearing this. I was supposed to go in 4 days. I like going there for just little getaways, and I actually haven't canceled the tickets yet, but I can't find a hotel room. So I don't know. I got to see if I can rent a mystery van that I can take a $5 airbed and sleep in Vegas, and I'll go live in Vegas for you guys. Ooh, I could do that because with my new phone, I just checked it out earlier. That would be cool. So we'll be lining up for gruel. Actually, I like oatmeal and I like malto meal. I think gruel. I think at least that's how I think of gruel. I think of gruel as malto meal. Yeah, small businesses with employees are gonna. People don't realize like, and I know they think that they think they're not managing their money correctly, but I was talking to my brother too, and he was talking about a business he used to work for. It's a big national chain. You don't realize how many of these businesses work on 5 to 10% profit margins, and what that means is, you know, let's just use simple numbers. Let's say they got 100,000 that comes in the door this month, but the product is, X. The employee pay is X. Payroll is, or I mean, taxes and the rent is X. They end up with five to 10,000, 100,000. So if they open up and only have a $50,000 a month because everything's slowed down, they're not going to lose 50, but they might lose 10, 20,000. They're like, this is not, there are going to be businesses trying to decide, man, do we open or not? We're, we're losing money now having to pay the landlord, but everything else is stopped. Do we open and actually increase our expenses even more? So Chainlink. TP's gotten, I actually took a couple pictures the other day. The TP's come back and people were loading up their carts. And then when they got up to the register, they realized they're like, God, we already have enough at home. They were sitting it down, and I took pictures of TP stacked by the registers. I was like, wow, the TP shortage has actually turned into a surplus. So, um, Chainlink, I don't know what that means. 1K EOY. Internet here is also getting expanded. Fabian says that. Fabian, sorry. Where's that? Are you in New Zealand? I'm sorry, or Australia? Um, let's see. What are my recommendations? Hey, good question. So, uh, we don't know how much the government is going to pay people to stay home, and we don't know how long. Oh, in Colombia is Fabian. So, you got to take that as a bonus and it helps, but man, you can't sit there, you can't sit at home and get 4,000 a month and go, spend it, man, spend it. Government's going to keep paying. There's going to be issues at some point with the government getting that money to you. I mean, the government is not your most reliable employer when you're just sitting at home. So, my recommendations are, if you are in manufacturing or if you are a subcomponent of manufacturing, and you know what that means. Like if you drive a truck that delivers parts, if you work at a store that sells manufactured parts, I would venture to say that this is a bigger component of our economy than they let us know. I would say 15, 20% of our economy is in relation to manufacturing, the moving of the parts, the making of the parts, the putting them together. That's gone because you can't build something if it's missing 5% of the parts. You can't sell a car that doesn't have brakes, or a car that doesn't have the relay switches for the lights and the interior lights, or whatever. I don't know. So you got to make plans for some of the line of work. Maybe take the paycheck, but be working on something else. And when that check from the government ends, you get to bounce. I would say if you're a meat eater, I'm not a huge meat eater anymore. I used to be. Go get the meat. It's not, especially in the UK and in America, meat is going to get harder to come by. Beef, especially beef, and well, they're not going to send us their pork. China makes pork, so, or has pigs. So beef and fish are going to be super short supply. So go get that, put that in your freezer. The biggest thing is, I think there's going to start. I hate to do it, but man, you start having people home for weeks and months without seeing that they're going to go back to work, or their work's even going to be normal. You go back to work and it's half speed, or it's not normal, or it's stressful, or your friends don't work there anymore. The dynamic has changed greatly. There's going to be a lot of stress, and people are not going to behave accurately or appropriately. I'm kind of blessed. I chose this area for a couple reasons. I have elderly people. Almost my whole neighborhood is elderly people or young families. So I kind of feel like I chose a very stable environment, at least locally, very close around me. You have all kinds. Anytime you're near a city, you have everything. But if you're very local, people can be what you would expect to be the last ones to break, or whatnot. So great question about the recommendations. We have a small business. If we're forced to close, no work, no pay for now, all gatherings. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing they're talking about. And my stupid governor the other night came on. I wrote it down. He's like, yeah, we're postponing all gatherings, funerals and weddings. And I was like, he literally said that, the governor of Washington State. We're postponing funeral gatherings. Wait, hey, Grandpa, no. You do not die today. You got to wait 2-3 weeks when they expand it, when 10 of us can get together. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So, yeah, I don't think they're going to change that, and I don't know exactly what the thought is behind that. I know they're using it as coronavirus now, but why they don't want us being in groups? Because they keep changing the number. It was 50 and then 10. I heard some states are 2 now. They're like, you can be in a group of 2, even if you're family. Only those without a job will get help. Yeah, of course. So last year, so these checks they're going to send out. I tell you, man, I have never got a freebie. And you know what? Whatever. I'd love, you know what? I'll just go to my grave and never get a freebie. So they're talking, you had to have earned income last year. Last year was the first year I hadn't had earned income in a long time. Because I helped a friend with a business and I did some real estate stuff. I did a bunch of stuff on the side, fixed up my own house, spent my own time, my own money fixing up shit. So I stayed busy and I was working, but I didn't have reported income. So I'm like, there goes my freebie check. So yeah, potato. Why do you think always through these great dark times, like L&I Taylor Botha says, potatoes, onions, and carrots. Yeah, it makes a good stew. Stew came from somewhere, and well, if you remember, I remember. I think it was Dinty Moore or something. Their ad on their can was, "We put in more than one piece of beef in our stew." So think about that. Stew used to be onions, potatoes, carrots, and just one piece of beef in the whole thing, just for flavor. So the beef's going away, maybe. Chicken sold out everywhere. Yeah, I did buy a bunch of frozen chicken, even though I feel sad for him. Planted my first garden. Hey, what's up? Take Connor. Connor. That's the one I was laughing when I rewatched my replay. Yeah, they've got control of us. You know, the funny thing about I haven't got into the garden thing, and friends are bugging me. And here's why. So when I lived out in the Seattle area, they were one of the first areas that started the community gardens. And it's like 20 years ago. So they'd put these community gardens in. And the first challenge, hey, sweet, 21 watching, 10 likes. Thank you guys so much. One of the first challenges was generally deer or other wildlife. When that stuff starts flowering or starts getting close to ripeness, they'd come in and eat it. So then they put fences around them with gates and stuff. And then, you know, these gardens got really nice. Then you're like, oh man, we can grow lots of stuff. The deer aren't coming or anything. So then thieves came. So you're growing your shit and it's a day or two from being ripe. You don't want to pick it. Well, guess what? Now the freaking thieves come in and they steal. Like, I mean, unless you're willing to sit up all night long, you know, with your shotgun and a floodlight on your garden, you may be planting this shit and you might be feeding wildlife and freaking strangers, right? So I don't know. Maybe not. If you're somewhere where you think nobody will find your garden, congratulations and have a garden. I would definitely do that. So, yeah. So everybody's kind of saying that the meats. Then I mean, think about it. China already has a ton of meat themselves, and they inked 2 gigantic deals, probably more. I didn't research a bunch, but a huge one with America and a huge one with UK controlling our meat markets. So they control their own land's meat and our land. So we are going to be short on meat. So maybe the Chinese want us to get kind of skinny and scrawny. I don't know. That's all I wanted to bring to you. So actually, thank you guys being here. Actually, levitate me and make me happier. I was really down when I put these pieces together, especially when, because I knew the car factory's closing is huge. That's huge, and I didn't put together that it's because we don't have all the pieces to build a car, and we won't until we build these factories and build these little pieces, and they have the molds and they have everything. It's not like something that you could just immediately do. Maybe they even have, you know, maybe they already have the processing plants too for the materials, right? Like they get the raw materials, you know, whatever it is, carbon fiber, whatever, and put it into this. Or, you know, if it's just an electrical component, then yeah, we can start making those here. But I imagine that freaking factories are making lists like you can't believe, and they're stressed out trying to figure out how do we get these parts to finish, you know, fix the heavy equipment. We got heavy equipment with, you know, whatever, broken gaskets, whatever, chains and stuff. That shit ain't moving. It's $1 million piece of equipment that, a guy getting paid $30, $40 an hour working, or if they lease it, it's $1,000 a day to lease one of those pieces of equipment to be heavy equipment. And now it's just sitting there dead thing, out in the mud. So that's not coming back. I'm sorry. And it's going to be sad because as soon as restaurants, you see a restaurant go vacant, especially this last downturn, sits vacant for a year or two, just starts getting dilapidated, right? Someone's not cleaning it off every day, so it starts getting moldy, starts, garbage in the parking lots. We're going to, this is down the road, but, anything you can do to help improve your neighborhood. So, man, if you've got some garbage bags and you ain't working, go down and sweep the parking lots of the restaurants that aren't open. Don't let your neighborhood look like crap, and don't expect them, because it's hard. So think they've got a business and it's going down and it's cost them a ton of money. They're probably trying to find another job, so they're not going to be out there just totally taking top-notch care of their property. You'd love to think they would, but it's a depressing, difficult situation. So thought of the thieves, but yep, oh well. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I guess you can't in fear not grow your food. So grow it, see how it goes down, right? If you don't have theft on your vegetables, that's fantastic. So I don't do Instagram. I may though with my new phone. My other phone wouldn't support it, so never got it. I wanted to because my kids were always on Instagram, and I could have actually interacted with my kids more. Didn't take it serious though. Um, you're welcome, Patrick. Car going to be big. Huh. Car manufacturing in Russia? Could be. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ellen I. So, and I'll come with more detailed information like this. This was an immediate video because I keep thinking meat's going to show back up. I like having a really good steak every so often, or I buy the really nice ground beef, the cows that have names and they petted, and it does seem to taste better though. It's like it's only $1 or $2 more a pound, and I swear, man, you can eat less of that because it tastes so good. So I do have some beef probably once a week, and I'm out. I didn't stock up, and the store's sold out. So that wasn't something I just thought. Well, meat's going to come in. I mean, the freaking meat factories. But then when you realize China owns our meat factories, I don't think they'll cut the internet off. Yeah, because that would be total mayhem. You'd have everybody outside. That if they cut the internet off, lock yourself in the house, and I hope you have something to protect yourself, because you're just people are going to be really bored and really angry. So I may, Steve, I may stream tomorrow. So all right, gotta go, guys. Thank you so much. Exactly. Don't fear the virus. Don't fear the virus. I love it. Like 20% of us are like me. We go out without any gloves or anything, and we kind of give each other the head nod. We're like, yeah, bullshit on this shit. People got masks on, gloves on. You can see the fear in their eyes. I'm like, oh, I might catch the flu. Yeah, the flu tried to kill me 10 years ago. I freaking beat the flu. That was a bad one too. Firebird's restaurant burger. I'm getting one tomorrow. Oh, maybe you're talking. Yeah, I don't hardly ever eat a hamburger out, but I saw that Sonic is like the only restaurant in here. I'm like, Sonic's got beef somehow. I'm like, I better get over there and have me a damn hamburger before this stuff goes down. Yeah, no gloves, no fear. Exactly. You know, just be prepared, and don't expect to get stuff online. Myself and a lot of other people have been ordering stuff weeks and stuff. Sometimes it comes in 2-3 days. Other times it never shows up. Vitamins and all kinds of stuff. So online deliveries having difficulty for some reason. So, all right, peace out, guys. Thanks for checking in. Remember, it's a trade war, and let's just hope it stays as a trade war. We could flip this into something really good. I don't think not in the short term, but now that I've been driving down the south and I see how much open land there is and the roads exist and empty factories, we could bring this manufacturing home, give the middle finger to China, and bring the jobs home, the factories home. Hell yeah, who gives a shit? So, the part that used to cost X over there to make, they made profit, put it on a ship, send it here. Okay, so it costs 20-30% more here, but it's made freaking here, and we control it. We can all afford I mean, think about what you spend in your life. You got your house and you got your utilities and your food. So we're talking about manufacturing. So we're talking about shirts and clothing, car. You tell me we can't afford an extra $50, $100 a month, 150. That's all it'd be. It wouldn't be. It's not like your life would go up 1,000 a month. And no, it's actually made in America, right? And you're supporting jobs down in the South, right, where we need some jobs. So, all right, guys, take care.